Assalamu alaikum. I thank you for your invitation here today and letting me be a part of such an important convention for the Muslim community. I want to recognise the organisers of the event, the Islamic Forum for Australian Muslims, and all of those involved in putting this together. We've had acknowledgement today of the MPs that are in the room, the mayors that are in the room, and I think it's important to note 3 levels of the Australian government, all represented by strong, focused members of the Muslim community, working tirelessly to advocate for not just people within the Muslim community, but striving to make Australia a better place. Of course, I recognise Sheikh Shadi and Grand Mufti Muhammad. It is truly an honour to be in their presence here today. We're coming together under the Islamic Forum of Australian Muslims' shared identity as part of the broader Australian Muslim community on this occasion, and it's important. It weaves the very fabric of our multicultural nation. It's a nation that's been inhabited by some 60,000 years by the first Australians, and I take this opportunity to pay my respects to the Darug people, who are the custodians of the land on which we're meeting today, and pay my respects to their elders past and present, who have cared for the lands and waterways for a millennia. We're all fortunate to live in a country, whether that's by birth or by choice, with the greatest and most peaceful example of multiculturalism anywhere in the world. As one prominent sheikh has pointed out to me, unless your family has lived here for more than 236 years, we are all migrants. We do not suffer from the animosity that can be traced back for hundreds or even thousands of years. We are all here trying our best to create a better life for ourselves and for our families. And I wanted to tell you a little bit about my community, the one that I represent, one that I've lived in for my whole life. For most of that time, there were very few people of the Islamic faith. Now, the Riverstone electorate in the northwest of Sydney is home to the fastest growing Muslim community in the state. In the census between 2016 and 2021, the number of Muslims in my electorate doubled, and that number is continuing to grow at a rapid pace. In my time in office so far, I've had the pleasure of interacting with my local Muslim community on many different occasions. I've witnessed firsthand the kind-hearted nature of the whole community. In fact, I'm so fond of my Muslim friends that I first announced my candidacy at the Marsden Park Masjid, and I spent the night before the election in that same mosque for the breaking of the fast of Ramadan. Since then, I've worked with the Muslim community during both good and challenging times. I've stood by my friends, by my brothers and sisters. During times of grief and sorrow, I've exchanged hugs during the joyous Eid celebrations, and frankly, I've eaten way too many sweets. The sense of brotherhood and openness that I feel during my time spent with the Muslim community is something our state, indeed our entire country, can benefit from. In that same vein of brotherhood and conviction to your fellow Muslims, I know that the past year has been especially difficult. Over the past year, the human suffering in Gaza has been on an unimaginable scale, with the conflict now spreading throughout the Middle East, and I join you in prayers of peace. The prayers for an end to such a brutal conflict that it has seen, as has been stated here, 41,000 lives, more than half of those women and children killed. So much pain, so much disregard for the sanctity of life. But ultimately, the hope for a solution that is based in justice and enduring peace, one that can only be sought by reaching a two-state solution. As a state parliamentarian, I know that there is little that I can do or say to end conflicts happening on the other side of the world. I can fight beside my parliamentary colleagues for what is right, but ultimately it is my duty to care for my community and to help provide them with the support that they need, to make them feel welcomed, to make them feel valued in this land, the most beautiful and peaceful country on earth. And I intend to continue doing just that. And I thank Brother Javed for recognising me earlier on some of the work that I've done in my community. Because Muslims in New South Wales have given back to the broader community in countless ways. The fundamental principle of zakat to this faith is something that I respect deeply. It's a value that is rooted in the fight for equality to make sure that everyone gets a fair go. The Islamic Forum of Australian Muslim Community is a pillar of the vibrancy that makes Australia the place it is today. And I'm proud to represent such a diverse seat. And I'm proud to be called a brother by my Muslim friends.